I am Rashmita Shetty, working as an online technical associate. As a co-presenter, we have
I am Vedamba myself, working as a technical online support associate.
It's a pleasure to you all here today. Thank you for joining today's webinar on large assembly design settings and SolidWorks. Today's session will focus on understanding how to efficiently manage and optimize large assemblies in SolidWorks, especially when working with complex designs containing thousands of components. The session will run approximately 35 to 40 minutes, followed by a QA session. Feel free to post your questions in the chat box. We will address them at the end of the session. As the assembly grows larger, we experience performance challenges such as slow opening times, lag during rotation, and high memory consumption becomes common. Today, we will explore practical solutions and settings that can significantly improve performance and enhance your workflow efficiency. In this session, we will start with understanding what a large assembly is. Then we will discuss the common challenges users face. After that, we will explore the best practices for opening large assemblies files. We will also understand large assembly settings in SolidWorks and how to configure them. Finally, we will summarize the key takeaways and open the session for the questions. So what is large assembly file? So basically, when we talk about large assembly files, it typically refers to the assemblies which contains more than 1,000 components within them. Those includes patterns, fasteners, and multiple sub-assemblies. They are common in industries like automotive, heavy machineries, plant layouts, and tooling designs. The performance of such assemblies completely depends on system configurations, RAM, graphic card, and SolidWorks settings. While working with large assemblies, we usually face performance-related challenges. These include delay in opening and saving files, slow rebuild time, lag during rotation, zooming, or panning, high RAM and GPU consumption. In worst cases, sometimes we do face hanging and crashing issues. These issues affect our productivity and cause also frustration. That's why optimization is important. Now, let's discuss the best practices when opening a large assembly. Choosing the correct opening mode is very important because it indirectly impacts performance, memory uses, and rebuild time. Then further, Ms. Vedamba will showcase the types of modes opening a large assembly file.
Thank you, Rashmita, for explaining that so clearly. I'll now take over the next session. Now, let's discuss best practices when opening the large assemblies. Choosing the correct opening mode is very important because it directly impacts the performance, memory usage, and the rebuild time. So, we can able to see there are basically 3 design review modes in the assemblies. The large design review mode, lightweight mode, and the resolve mode. Okay. Let's brief on each modes of opening the large assemblies. Basically, the large design review mode is a high performance viewing mode. Basically, the large design review mode is high performance viewing mode. It opens assemblies quickly without loading the full feature and the made data. You might have seen the SolidWorks while opening in the large design review mode. Completely, when you are doing the large assemblies, you might have added the many features to make a assemblies. But when you are opening it in the large design review mode, it won't load all the features and the sub assemblies, everything, just for the visualization purpose. This mode is best when it is used means for the reviewing of the large assemblies, taking measurements, screenshots, performing the design checks without editing. It's mainly for the visualization purpose. Let's come into the lightweight mode. Lightweight mode loads only the essential model data into memory, and also detailed information stays on the disk and the resolves only when it is necessary. See, we have seen the large design review mode. It won't load completely, but in the lightweight mode, the essential data will be in the memory, but the detailed information, everything will stay on the disk. But we can be set it to resolve mode when it is necessary, because the lightweight mode is used when making the minor edits, basically when working with the large sub-assemblies, because in one large assembly there are many sub-assemblies. When you are making a minor edits in the sub-assemblies, you can use the lightweight mode. It also, one best thing is it consumes the lower memory consumption. So usually the system and all won't get hanged. Let's switch to the resolve mode. When it comes to resolve mode fully loads all the components. Data, features, mates, and references into memories. So this mode is required when performing a major design changes or editing the complex mates. Basically, in all the industries, they will be using a complex designs only. Basically, why? Because it completely loads the data and features and the mates and complete references of all the files into the memory. So best when it is used because performing major design changes and editing the complex features or the mates, and the final validation and the detailed work will be done. So we'll suggest the customers to have the resolve mode, because consideration there is even a drawback also. The longest opening and the rebuild times takes in the resolve mode, but it is also the advantages also. It might take time, but completely it loads the complete references of the each sub-assemblies files. So you won't be getting any crash issues or any references file missing issues, and it might consume the IRAM and the CPU usage. And but it also best unless if you've done full edits are required, we will not suggest you to use the resolve mode. Same thing what I have explained before, I'll just showcase in the SolidWorks. Let's check in the SolidWorks. Okay, as I explained before, the large design review mode, how it works, let me see. As I told you, it quickly open without loading the full feature. You can able to see here. Yes. Okay, as I've explained before, you can just review the assemblies. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, everything. And also you can make the measurements, taking measurements, as I mentioned. Yes, you can able to take the screenshots also here, from here only. No need to use any external app or application for taking snapshots. You can do the section view. It's mainly because for the visualization purposes. Let's switch to the lightweight mode. As I have told you, it loads only the essential model data into memory. As for the review, you can able to see the full structure of the assembly, but the essential, only the model data will be into the memory kind. So detailed information will stays in the disk itself. So you can make a minor edits in the sub-assemblies. But make sure when you are making any edit or a changes, you have to set it to resolve mode. And you can make any edits or whenever it is required for you in the sub assemblies, not the large assemblies, sub assemblies. And also it helps us to reduce the memory usage. Let's switch to resolve mode. I hope as you have seen two different modes opening, the time also you can able to see. As a resolve mode, it fully loads all the components, features, mates, and references into memory. It will take much larger time when compared to the other two modes. I hope you are able to see the screen. This mode is required when performing a major design changes or editing the complex mates. However, it has the longest opening time and the highest RAM usage. So it should be used only when full editing is necessary. we usually suggest the customer to use the resolve mode, as all the customers use the complex models in their projects or anything. So basically, if you are doing any edits, if you have opened the models in the lightweight mode also, you can switch to resolve mode by right clicking in the feature manager tree. So you can able to see set to resolve to lightweight mode. But when the file is opened in the lightweight mode, you can able to get an option set to lightweight to resolve mode. As we have already opened in the resolve mode, it is showing set to lightweight mode. Let's see what are the large assembly settings and how to configure it. What are large assembly settings? The large assembly settings are usually focused on the performance optimization, specially designed for working with large assemblies, reduces graphic load and memory usage. And you can able to turn on manually. If it is required, you can just make it manually. Let's see how to configure the large assembly settings in the SolidWorks settings. To enable the large assembly settings, to navigate, go to system options, assemblies, and the large assembly settings. You can able to see the screen here. So here you can configure the performance related options such as lightweight components, simplified display, and reduced detail levels. I'll just brief on all the each options and also the benefits and the recommendations for the options. And also I would like to tell, it's basically depends on the requirement. You'll get to know while explaining the each step whether you can able to use this option or not. It completely depends on your requirement and in your workflow. Okay, let's brief each point in the large assembly settings. The first is do not save auto recover info. That means it disables the auto save file recovery files. Means if it disables the auto recovery files, then no recovery file will be available in the SolidWorks. If system get crashed due to internet fluctuations or any network things, you won't be able to get the auto recovery file. Based on this, you can, but it might improve the performance slightly, not completely. But you might lose the auto recovery file data in the SolidWorks. So usually we recommend to enable the very large assemblies if the stability is good. Okay, then let's come to do not rebuild when switching to assembly window. I hope you all experienced it. It prevents automatic rebuild when returning to the assembly. Usually, what is the benefit of this means faster switching between parts in the assemblies. You guys will be working on the parts and the assemblies. You can faster switching into the parts and the assemblies. And when you're using the multiple windows, you can switch to the windows to window. The automatic rebuild might be done manually. If you have clicked this option, it do not rebuild. But if you have unchecked this option, when you are switching to the different windows, you can able to rebuild the assemblies files. So when editing the many components frequently, it will be helpful. Okay, when it comes to the hide all panes, axes, sketches, curves, annotation, the name itself suggests hide all panes, axes, sketches. It might tons of the references geometry visibility. If you hide all the planes, sketches, axes, when you open the assembly, all the visibility will be gone. Why? Because it already hided all the options. It might reduces the graphics load significantly, but you won't be the visible. You can't able to visible the sketch and the axis and the planes in the curves, everything. So when it comes to do not display edges in the shaded mode, the name itself suggests it removes the visible edges in the shaded display. If you have applied the shaded part in the any part or assembly parts, so usually if you check this option, it won't display the edges of the shaded part. Okay, do not preview hidden components. Usually it prevents the preview graphics when selecting the hidden parts. It hides the preview of the graphics when you're hiding the parts. So what is the benefit of it means? Improves the performance in the large assemblies. When it comes to disable verification on rebuild, what it does usually, it skips the geometry validation checks during rebuild, because whenever we rebuild the large assemblies, the validation check is usually a mandatory thing to avoid the warnings or the errors. So if you disable the verification on rebuild, it won't be able to check the validations. Might do the much faster rebuilds. Let's talk about optimizing the image quality for better performance. It suggests better performance than in the name itself. It reduces the quality of the models, but improves the graphic speeds. If you mainly focuses on the graphic, you can uncheck this. If you want the image quality, you can able to check these options. Okay. Suspend automatic rebuild. You can able to see suspend automatic rebuild. It stops automatic rebuilds until manually if you're doing. Okay. If you uncheck this option, it won't rebuild automatically. Every time, each time you need to be manually doing the rebuilds. If you check this option, it usually suspends the automatic rebuild. As we have seen how to open the large assemblies, what is large assemblies? The large assemblies performance is not only depends on the opening modes or the performance of the system settings. It's also the basically indirectly depends on the system hardwares also. So large assembly settings improve the efficiency, but they cannot overcome the hardware limitations. Performance ultimately depends on your system configuration. If you expect the performance should be good for the large assemblies, it's 90% of the things almost depends on your hardware certifications also. How the system, basically the system RAM, processor, clock speed, and the graphic card to load the large assemblies or the any assemblies kind of thing. So indirectly it depends on the configurations also. Let's look into the key takeaways in this session. To summarize today's session, what and all we have learned in this, let's see. Large assemblies can significantly impact the system performances. And if it choosing the correct opening mode, it's very essential for the large assembly. Large assembly settings helps to optimize the performances of the assemblies. These settings are easy to configure and very useful for the daily work. If you proper optimization improve productivity and also prevent system from crashing. Thank you all for your time and attention. I hope this session helped you to understand how to efficiently handle the large assemblies in the SolidWorks.